So in this video we're going to talk about what's the point of vibe coding if you've still got to pay a dev to fix it, okay? Obviously vibe coding's amazing, it's relatively new, I mean it's super new really. It's using AI to do what they always said you would need humans to do forever, but the reality is humans are increasingly becoming unnecessary for coding, which is bonkers. It's not there yet, but it's getting that way. But what's the point in vibe coding a whole project if you still got to pay a dev to fix it? So with my coaching clients, because I help people build AI SaaS businesses from start to finish using AI and AI agents to do 99% of the work for you, at least the hard stuff. And with my coaching clients, I actually offer dev time as well. So essentially they get access to a technical dev with lots of experience. I mean, the two devs that I've been using got over 20 years experience as devs. But the reality is, I've got 4 very recent students that started vibe coding, if you like, a very short time ago, and they've not had any, even though they've got access to weekly dev time, they've not, through my kind of coaching, through my service, they've not needed any actual technical dev time to do anything. Now that's not to say that vibe coding isn't without its frustrations. It is, right? You get 80% of the way there in a tiny amount of time, and then that last 20% takes you a lot of work. But it's no different to like real world human coding. That's the frustrating bit. They get there very quickly for the kind of like structure of it and all that stuff, but then actually making it work on all the different browsers and being mobile optimized and this little bug and that little bug and all that other stuff, it takes the bulk of the time. No different with vibe coding, but with AI, with software as a service human version, which I've been doing for almost 10 years, I'm a non-technical founder, so I've hired devs to build software as a service for me, and I've just been like the entrepreneurial business side of it, and they've been the technical side of it. But like it's always been like that, and it's mirrored in the AI SaaS world. So you use AI and AI agents, and you can get a little bit of frustration because you can't kind of fix things. It's all the same mirrored emotions, right? As a no code AI founder versus a no code non-technical founder using technical devs, all the same frustrating emotions. You need patience, you need perseverance, you need tenacity, because oftentimes the AI just won't quite do what you want it to do. Now, if you're using, for example, the tech stack I like to use, I like to use Replit as the main AI agent that kind of builds it all, because it's an all-in-one tool. You can literally go no further than Replit. You could just build the entire thing in Replit. It's not the best way to do it, and you're definitely going to hit a few snags, but you could do that. So the entire thing from start to finish can be done within Replit. But what we're finding is, by plugging Claude Code into Replit, Claude Code seems to be coping with everything you throw at it a lot better. So Replit, weirdly, can get kind of frustrating on its own. It almost feels like 60% of the time it does what you want it to, and then the other maybe 35% of the time, allowing 5% outside of this. So 35% of the time, I would say it takes 2 or 3 attempts to get what you want. That's just with Replit. That's just what we found. It's going to get better. It has got better, but obviously these things are all like evolving. But like, so you get like 60% there straight away with Replit, 35% on the second or third attempt, and then that 5% is the frustrating bit that maybe can take you to 2 hours to do something that should take you 2 minutes, and you don't know why. And that's vibe coding as it is through Replit. But what I've found, and what my clients, mentees have found, is that Claude Code plugged into Replit is probably more like 95% of it just happens straight away, as long as you're prompting correctly and all that. So like So Replit's an amazing tool. Like I really big fan of Replit, but the agent inside it and the assistant more so is just a bit, not thick, but just a bit like, why did it do that on occasion, and you get a bit frustrated with it. Plugging Claude Code into Replit means you don't have the Replit usage agent fees, you just pay you pay a monthly fee to Replit, and you'll have small costs, but you don't have the agent fees for using Replit if you're using Claude Code within it. I don't know if they're going to change that in the future, but as far as I'm aware, these AI tools aren't profitable. I don't know how true that is, but they're not profitable. Like, the usage of them costs more than actually using them, because this is the pitch, the VC pitch, if you like. Well, we'll get a mass amount of users on our AI tool, and then each year the costs will reduce 10 times. That's the theory, that's what they've been working to. But the reality is, what happens is everybody wants to use the new model. So the old model is 10 times less costly to use, but no one wants the old model, they want the new model, and that's 10 times more expensive. So they're trapped in this kind of cat and mouse game whereby they keep increasing the abilities and power of the AI tools, and as the costs come down for the old models, the new models are just as expensive, if not more so. So they're trapped in this non-profitable scenario. So someone like Replit might, depending on how they charge for the usage, I know they charge usage fees, but I don't know if they're just adding a bump onto, like, I know it's powered by Claude, but are they adding 10% on and then letting Claude take the hit on the things? I'm not really sure. So Replit might be profitable straight out of the box. So having Claude Code plugged into Replit might be hurting Replit's profit. So when they realise, they might take steps to stop it, but I'm not sure they can, because you could export your code, or you could just have your code sat in GitHub from Replit, and then you can use any other kind of AI tool anyway. So I don't know, they're all trapped in this, let's grab users, let's grab more market share, worry about profit later. I think they're all trapped in that, and they're all racing to push the boundaries, push the frontiers of AI and the agents and what they can do. So yeah, I'm finding, my students are finding that actually Replit out of the box is amazing, all-in-one tool, does everything. It can do everything, like your database, it can do your authorization, like your login screens and stuff. It can do your front end, back end. It self-deploys to servers. It can do security checks. It can do the entire stuff. It's amazing. But just using the agent and the assistant can just be a little bit hit and miss at times. And I'm not even sure why, because as far as I'm aware, it's like powered by Claude. So then when you plug in Claude Code in and you're using Claude Code, I'm not sure why Claude Code seems to give you better results within Replit, but it does seem to. That's what I'm seeing, that's what my students are seeing. So anyway, my point being, look, as long as you've got the right tech stack and you've got the right prompting, actually, you don't have to pay devs to fix it. Like, I hired devs so that my students can have access to technical help on an ongoing basis, because I assumed that they would need help technically, and the reality is they've just asked a few questions here and there. Like, it's just been the odd question, and it's been more like looking for an experienced dev's perspective, as opposed to this is just broke, can you log in and fix it kind of thing. I thought they would use it like that. They would be sharing like, it'd be that the devs would be going through the code and trying to figure out what's wrong and like correcting lines of code. And the reality is, in late stage 2025, that's not where vibe coding's at. Maybe 6 months ago it was a lot ropier, but right now, yes, you have to accept the frustrations of the vibe coding process. And I don't like the word vibe coding. Watch another video that I made recently about how I feel about that. I think vibe coding has negative connotations. I don't like the word. I'm using it just for the sake of this video. But like, vibe coding maybe 6 months ago, 12 months ago or whatever, might have been a bit clunky. Now it's just getting better and better, to the point whereby I can very quickly see there'd be no point in having human devs. Like, one of the devs that works with me, he's kind of one of my technical dev coaches, if you like, on my training program. He hasn't used, he's been coding for over 20 years, and he hasn't written any code for something like, I think he said something like 6 months. He's using their AI tools even though he could code. So it's like, it's faster, easier, and just better to use AI to do the code than it is to do humans, when you can do it literally 1,000 times quicker and arguably better than most humans could do it. Like, why not? You know, why not? Now I get it. The absolute kind of like pushing the boundaries, doing technically super duper difficult stuff, you're probably still going to need highly talented human devs, at least for now, but I don't know how long that lasts. The reality is, my students are creating mostly B2B SaaS apps, desktop SaaS apps. That's what we specialize in, kind of with the training, building it from scratch, launching it, scaling it, from a business point of view, not a technical point of view, but obviously the technical side of it is part of it. You can't sell something if you've got nothing to sell, and you've got to do the vibe coding to get something to sell. But that's only a very small portion of what we do. But then realistically, they're not actually needing code. They're doing it all AI, and my students, I only started building with them. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's coming up for 2 months, maybe it is 2 months, I don't know, but they are this close to a releasable product. And honestly, half of the mentorship that I have to do is, not half of it, but a big portion of what I have to do as a mentor is like just keeping them focused, because it's so easy to build new features with vibe coding, and it's so easy to add this and add that, and I just want to do this. It's so easy because it's just an idea, and then like the AI creates the technical side of it, does the actual coding. It's so easy that I often find them going off piste and doing stuff they don't need to do. So oftentimes, one of my kind of goals as a mentor is to just pull them back on track, stay focused. The end game is the business, not in making the most fangled, dangled, full-featured software. You can do that, but do that over time, right? Let's get to market, let's push it out there, let's start making some money, and then let's start adding features and making it sexier over time. Let's get the money rolling in. So a lot of what I have to do, a lot of the guidance I give is not a technical basis, even though we do the tech side of it, we do help them build it. It's steering them and keeping them on track and like, no, do this, don't blooming put the 15th feature in. Like their software, if you saw it, it's like they've got software that should have took 3 years to build with a 2, 3, 4 man dev team, and they've built it in less than 2 months. Just typing. None of them have got any coding knowledge. They're just vibe coding. They're just going for it, right? So, and a lot of that time was like laying the foundations of the business, thinking of the niche, thinking of the problem. So they've not actually been vibe coding for 2 months. Most of them have been maybe vibe coding just over a month or something like that. And they're all that close to launching. I just need to keep nudging them. Look, launch. And I keep telling them there's 4 of them for sure from my one-to-one mentees that are ready to launch. They are ready. Give them a day or two to iron out a few kinks, iron out a few bugs, but none of them yet have had devs look at their code base and go, this is how to fix it. None of them. And they are a smidgen away from launching. They're just, for want of a better word, I'd say they're just being perfectionists at this stage. And as much as I discourage that, it's their journey. I'm here to support them on their journey. I'm not here to say, no, don't fix that last bug, it don't matter, let's just go, let's launch, right? So that is what it is. So going back to the initial question, what's the point of vibe coding if you've got to pay devs to fix it and fix the code? Honestly, if you've got the right tech stack, which in my opinion right now, the best one, and I'm not saying there's not other ones that are just as good, but the ones that we're using, we're getting great results with, is Replit with Claude Code plugged in, and Claude Code is essentially free to use, so you don't have those Replit usage fees. So you can work with it for potentially hours in a day, and you still might only be paying the 20 a month, or there's a lot of my coaching clients are on the £75, I think it is, month one, where it just gives you a little bit more usage fees. But it's basically not usage fees. It gives you more working with it till it hits a cooldown, so you can just work longer and harder with it. But like, compared to the Replit agent fee, which you might burn through £75 worth well within a week, there you've got a whole month at it for that. And honestly, for most people, the 20 a month would do. So yeah, the truth is, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, vibe coding, you probably did need a dev. Right now, it just gets better week on week. And with the right tech stack, Replit, with Claude Code plugged into it. And I made a video, the last video I made, it's got about 20 views. I think most people will be like, what is this? It just shows you how to plug them in. It's a 2-minute video, and it shows you how to plug Claude Code into Replit. So hopefully you got some value from this. I don't think you need tech devs help for most of this. 12 months from now, 6 months from now, my mentorship program, I might not even have weekly dev help. I think it might just be like a once a month thing, or once every couple of weeks or something, just to kind of tick that box almost, because honestly, the way things are going, you're absolutely not gonna need it. Right, I'm gonna go, I gotta go now. So yeah, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What are you seeing with your vibe coding efforts or your AI SaaS efforts? Are you having to go through it line by line with a tech dev? Are you stuck? I don't think you are. I think you're smashing it. And I think as long as you stay focused on the goal, which is make money, make a product, make money with your product. That's the goal. Not making the best product ever. It's making a product that's good enough to start selling, and then improve it over time. I think you'll be seeing very, very similar in that you don't really need a dev anymore. Albeit there is a few bits of frustration. There will be moments where you maybe, I don't know, I won't say it for YouTube, but when down there might look a little bit enticing. But it's frustrations and perseverance and patience is part of the SaaS process. It always has been. It possibly always will be, even with the AI tools. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, before I say that, if you're interested in building your own AI SaaS business from start to finish, even if you've got no idea, you don't have a lot of money, and yeah, you wouldn't know where to start, you're a non-technical person, I can help you. You can potentially book a call to look at working with me. So I can take you through this process like I'm taking others through the process, so you can build your very own AI SaaS business. I'll link that down below so you can go check that out. It's like the work with me link on my website. Go click that, watch the video, and then if it sounds like it's something you'd be interested in, book a call, and yeah, we'll chat. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.